In this land, there are no eternal victors. Here, empires rise and fall in the blink of an eye. Only the strong enough have the right to watch the sunset. In nature, baboon, there are no permanent predators. Only those who haven't yet become prey. Wild Africa, when the hunter becomes the hunted. Dawn spreads across the Serengeti, piercing through thin mist, awakening the vast plains where creatures operate by harsh survival laws. Early wind carries the scent of damp earth and breath of thousands of creatures gradually waking, from small species to predators atop the food chain. Under acacia canopies, as temperature gradually rises, life's rhythm becomes more vibrant. Species begin seeking food and water sources for the new day. A baboon troop moves slowly across open land, adults leading, young playing behind, not yet knowing today will be different from all others. Baboons are among Africa's largest primates, adult males weighing up to 40 kilograms, with canine teeth reaching 5 centimeters long. They live in large troops, from several dozen to over 100 individuals, with strict hierarchical system led by strongest males, creating a highly organized society. A young baboon separates from the group, curiously advancing toward nearby bushes where something is stirring among dry leaves and broken branches. Mother emits a short call summoning offspring back, but exploratory instinct makes the young individual react slower to the warning signal. Hiding in the bushes is a honey badger, creature dubbed the planet's most fearless animal according to Guinness World Records. With skin thick up to 6 millimeters that can rotate freely around the body, honey badgers are nearly immune to fangs and claws of most enemies, even cobra venom. The young baboon advances closer, tilts, head observing the strange creature among bushes, not yet recognizing it's toying with one of the plains' most dangerous species. The young baboon's small hand touches the honey badger's short tail and pulls lightly, gradually triggering an irreversible chain of events. The honey badger turns its head, black eyes showing no fear, only the cold warning of a warrior accustomed to countless life and death battles. It backs a few steps, emits a low, guttural growl from deep in throat, the final warning sound before all patience reaches its limit. But the young baboon still advances, and this time pulls harder. Crossing the boundary no creature should touch when facing a honey badger. To understand why the honey badger's next reaction is so terrible, One must look at the weapons evolution has bestowed upon this creature over millions of years. Honey badger claws are nearly 4 centimeters long, hard as steel, and curved like sickles, helping dig effectively and inflict serious damage on prey or opponents. Though jaws aren't large, they have bite force enough to crush turtle shells, and more importantly, the instinct to target weakest points on opponent's body. In contrast, baboons possess canines more developed than even leopards, but their true strength lies in numbers and collective coordination. When one member signals alarm, the entire troop can shift state almost instantly, creating fast and synchronized collective response. The honey badger whips around and bites the young baboon's arm. Screams ring out, tearing the silence, spreading like an emergency alarm signal. The baboon troop reacts instantly. Adult males charging down from all directions, mouths wide displaying canines amid threatening growls. In just seconds, the honey badger is surrounded by the baboon troop. They form a closed circle with no gap for the intruder to escape. The honey badger doesn't back down. It bristles fur, emits low guttural growls challenging the entire baboon troop, fighting instinct completely overwhelming all survival calculations. The attack unfolds simultaneously from multiple directions. Baboons lunging to bite, then quickly retreating, making the honey badger unable to focus on one target. The honey badger spins continuously, using claws to counterattack, sometimes inflicting significant injuries on individuals unable to dodge in time. But with each counterattack, several other baboons attack from behind, canines sinking deep into thick skin, trying to stretch the small body of the lone creature. Wounds become increasingly serious, but the honey badger keeps counterattacking, each bite accurately aiming at opponent's face or throat. The baboon troop applies tactics instead of individual attacks. They coordinate in groups of 3 or 4, some holding legs while others attack head and neck. The honey badger's resistance noticeably weakens, counterattacks thin out as the body is attacked from multiple directions under continuous pressure from the entire troop. Growls gradually weaken, but eyes don't extinguish the fighting flame. The survival instinct of the planet's most fearless animal won't allow surrender. The exhausting battle lasts nearly 10 minutes. Finally, the honey badger collapses, not from lack of will, but because the body has exceeded endurance limits. But the baboon troop continues attacking even when the creature has stopped resisting. Protective instinct won't allow any threat a chance to recover. The lead male drags the carcass onto a low branch. This behavior marks the transition from territory defense to utilizing valuable protein source. Baboons are omnivores, with meat comprising part of their diet, and a honey badger is a nutritional source that cannot be ignored in this harsh environment. Dust hasn't yet settled, Blood scent spreads in hot air, creating easily recognizable signals for other predators at distant range. A figure appears at the area's edge, moving low and almost soundlessly, showing the cautious approach of another predator species. Spotted hyena, predator with the strongest bite force among terrestrial carnivores. Powerful enough to crush buffalo. Femur with one bite. The creature doesn't charge straight into the baboon troop's center. It circles outward, observes, assesses, seeks gaps in the busy defensive system. Hyenas are masters of opportunistic tactics, often avoiding direct confrontation and prioritizing lowest risk moments to maximize efficiency. It quickly recognizes a young individual separated from protective circle, focused on food without maintaining safe distance from the troop. Distance close enough for a short 60 km/h sprint to create absolute advantage before adult individuals can react. The attack unfolds in an instant. Target is subdued, and the predator retreats immediately before warning signals spread. But the hyena has misjudged the situation. The baboon troop just experienced conflict, making their warning system operate at high sensitivity. Calls shift from warning to pure outrage, no longer defensive signals. Sounds echo across the plains like a declaration of war. The hyena recognizes the mistake as the baboon troop approaches faster than expected. Prey in mouth reduces speed, making safe distance rapidly close. First individuals have closed in from both sides, forcing the hyena into encirclement exactly like what they did to the honey badger just minutes before. The hyena must make an instant decision. It drops the young baboon to ground and turns to face the vengeful troop, jaws bared in threatening growls. But this time, the hyena no longer has the element of surprise. It faces a baboon troop in fully activated state, ready to counter all threats. The attack begins with even greater intensity than before. No longer harassment tactics, but continuous assault waves from all directions. The hyena resists fiercely, its jaws powerful enough to inflict serious casualties. But pressure from numbers makes it unable to focus on specific targets. The hyena's endurance begins depleting. Each bite consumes energy while the baboon troop continuously rotates attacks. The creature drops to one knee, tries to stand but is pushed down by the weight of 3 or 4 baboons at once. Encirclement tightens with no escape route. The outcome comes faster than with the honey badger. Hyenas lack thick protective skin, and the baboon troop learned lessons from the previous battle, attacking the most effective points. Two formidable plains predators have fallen in the same morning, not by a stronger opponent, but by the irresistible power of the collective. Afterward, the baboon troop quickly stabilizes. Individuals return to familiar roles, and daily rhythms continue as usual. Wind blowing across the plains gradually carries away blood, scent, and dust. Dry grass bends like endless waves, gradually concealing traces of the life and death battle just unfolded. In the wild world, there are no concepts of good and evil, only laws written by survival instinct over millions of years, where each species has an irreplaceable role. Tomorrow the sun will rise again over the Serengeti, and life cycle will continue with new stories, where the boundary between hunter and hunted has never been certain. East African savanna. Early morning, mist clings to grass tips. Beneath a flat rock near a shrub, something begins to stir in the darkness. This is a land where every creature carries a weapon. Fangs, claws, speed, mass, and sometimes the smallest weapon is the most dangerous. And among all venomous species in Africa, there's one that even lions cannot completely ignore when they appear on the same ground. This is the story of two species. One dominates through strength and numbers. One dominates through speed and venom. And what happens when they meet? Black mamba, Africa's largest venomous snake and the world's fastest snake. Average length 2.5 to 4.5 meters. The name black mamba doesn't come from scale color. Their scales are actually grayish-green to olive brown. The name comes from the pitch black color inside the mouth, which they display when threatened. Black mamba movement speed reaches 19 to 20 kilometers per hour on the ground. This is the highest speed of any snake species on the planet. Black mamba venom is a mixture of neurotoxins and cardiotoxins, attacking both nervous and cardiovascular systems simultaneously, with a mortality rate near 100% within 7 to 15 hours. In a single bite, a black mamba can inject 100 to 400 milligrams of venom, while the lethal dose requires only about 10 to 15 milligrams. Black mambas don't actively hunt large animals. They eat mainly rats, small birds, and lizards. However, when threatened, they don't flee, but face threats directly. When cornered, a black mamba raises the front third of its body off the ground, opens its mouth, displaying the black interior. This is the final warning before attack. In a confrontation, black mambas can bite repeatedly multiple times rather than just once before retreating. This is a distinct difference from many other venomous snakes. Black mambas inhabit open ground, sparse shrubland, and forest edges, also where lions often rest during the day, causing the two species' territories to naturally overlap. Lions don't actively seek snakes. However, the two species still encounter each other because they share living space. One misplaced step, a snake awakened, and that's enough. Midday, a lion lies resting beside an acacia trunk, less than 2 meters away. A black mamba emerges from a rock crevice to bask in the sun. The lion stands. This isn't fear, but a snake avoidance reflex deeply embedded in the nervous systems of many large mammals. The black mamba raises its head, displays its black mouth, body coiled lightly behind the head, ready. It doesn't slither away. It stands its ground, appearing much larger. The lion stands still, observing, not advancing, not retreating. In lion prides, the mamba is a species that young ones learn to avoid very early. After a few minutes, the black mamba begins slithering in another direction, not hurried, not panicked, simply choosing to leave on its own terms. The lion doesn't pursue or attack. In nature, a confrontation ending without casualties is the optimal outcome for both. But not every encounter ends in silence. When inexperienced young lions curiously approach black mambas, that's another danger. Lion cubs don't yet understand the black mamba's warning signals. They advance step by step, crossing the safety threshold without realizing the risk. The mother lioness detects this in time and rushes over, using her body to push the cub out of striking range before the mamba can react. Facing an adult lion, the black mamba changes its decision. It retreats, then slithers quickly into nearby bushes. Danger temporarily passes. But there's another species in Africa that doesn't view the black mamba with cautious or avoidant eyes. The honey badger, the world's most fearless animal. Honey badgers stand only about 11 inches tall, roughly 2.5 feet long, and weigh around 35 pounds. But their back skin is 6 millimeters thick and tough enough to resist snake fangs. Honey badger immune systems can resist venom from many snake species, including some cobras. With black mambas, the level of venom resistance is still being studied. The black mamba detects the honey badger when the distance is about 4 meters. It raises its head, displays its black mouth, and hisses a warning. The honey badger continues approaching. The honey badger closes in. The mamba strikes the shoulder on the first attempt. This amount of venom is enough to kill a goat within minutes. The honey badger jerks, staggers, then collapses. The black mamba slithers away. This is natural response after biting. Venom will do the rest. But with honey badgers, the story doesn't end there. About 20 to 30 minutes later, the honey badger begins to move, slowly at first, then faster. It stands up, shakes its head, and continues moving in the direction the mamba left. This behavior has been documented many times in South Africa and Kenya. Honey badgers recover from black mamba venom, then continue pursuing the snake by hunting instinct. The black mamba has moved over 100 meters and lies resting under low shrubs. When it detects the honey badger still approaching, the situation becomes unusual for it. The mamba bites a second time when the honey badger closes in, this time hitting the neck area. The honey badger falls again. The snake immediately climbs a nearby low tree. This time, the honey badger takes longer to recover, but eventually stands after about 45 minutes and looks up to where the mamba is hiding. The mamba leaves the tree and slithers faster than before. This is the true speed of the world's fastest snake when deciding to retreat. Distance gradually increases. The honey badger can't catch up. It stops, sniffs the air, then turns in another direction. No clear winner. Both still alive and continuing their day. Very few species can endure 2 black mamba bites, fall twice, and still stand up. The honey badger doesn't win, but the mamba can't defeat it either. The question isn't whether the black mamba can win. The issue is what victory means when neither needs to destroy the other to continue existing. In nature, a victory has only one definition. Still alive the next day? Today, both black mamba and honey badger meet that criterion. Black mambas are distributed across over 20 sub-Saharan African countries. They're not yet critically endangered, but habitat loss and killing out of fear are shrinking their range. In most encounters between humans and black mambas, snakes choose to escape first. They only attack when there's no escape route. Lions know to avoid mambas. Honey badgers know how to cope. Both accumulate experience over generations of coexistence, contributing to maintaining natural balance. Black mambas don't need to defeat lions. They only need to be respected enough not to be stepped on. Over millions of years of evolution, that rule has been effectively established. Evening descends on the savannah. The black mamba slithers back to its familiar resting spot beneath the flat rock where it left this morning. The circle of one day closes. In darkness beneath the rock, the mamba coils. Body temperature drops with the surrounding ground. Nervous system gradually shifting to resting state, awaiting the light of a new day. Black mambas aren't Africa's most dangerous species by actual statistics. Crocodiles, hippos, and even mosquitoes cause more deaths each year. Venom isn't a tool of conquest, but a means of survival. For millions of years, it's helped mambas exist alongside the king of the grasslands. And that is enough. African savanna in the middle of dry season. Sun scorches the ground and yellow grass spreads to the horizon. This is where nature's most brutal laws are born. The lion pride is resting in tree shade. On the surface, everything is calm. But in the air, a biological signal is spreading that no one can see. Lionesses are entering estrus. Bodies emit characteristic pheromones, and males in the pride have sensed that signal. This is the most decisive period in lions' reproductive cycle, a process that evolution has adjusted through millions of years without rest. Estrus in the pride doesn't happen individually. Females enter this state simultaneously, a phenomenon called social synchronization. This isn't coincidence. This is an evolutionary mechanism helping females give birth simultaneously, creating conditions to protect and care for cubs more effectively. When this period begins, lionesses become more proactive. They swish tails, emit characteristic calls, and approach males in unusual ways. This isn't gentle or shy behavior. This is survival instinct, strong enough to override all other bodily needs. The next step is leaving the pride. The pair separates, seeking private space. This is called the mating refuge. Leaving the pride means losing collective protection. Hyenas and wandering males always patrol around territory, waiting for opportunities. But they accept that risk not from external pressure. Reproductive instinct is driving bodies in an unstoppable direction. A lion pair can mate 20 to 40 times in one day. This is one of the most exhausting periods in the animal kingdom. Each time only lasts 10 to 20 seconds and continues from 4 to 7 days. This repetition is necessary to stimulate ovulation in females. Throughout this period, both don't eat anything. Body energy is concentrated on one single purpose: maintaining the lineage. After each mating, females react by turning to attack males. They growl and swat with claws. This isn't rejection. This is automatic biological reaction. Male reproductive organs have small spines causing pain, which actually helps stimulate ovulation in females. Meanwhile, outside the quiet territory, a new threat is approaching. Wandering males have detected pheromone signals in the air. This is when the dominant male must show his entire role, not just mating, but must guard ceaselessly. If wandering males dare approach, battle is unavoidable. Two individuals each weighing over 200 kilograms clash powerfully. The winning male keeps control. The losing male must retreat. In the lion world, there's no concept of sharing power. After 4 to 7 days, the mating period ends. Both return to the pride, exhausted and facing everyday life again. After about 110 days of pregnancy, lionesses give birth to the savanna's next generation. Weak, but carrying within them the fate of an entire dynasty. If a new male gains control of the pride during this period, evolutionary law reveals harsh and unavoidable pressure. The new male will find and kill all cubs of the old male. This is behavior called infanticide, an evolutionary tactic existing for very long. When cubs die, females will no longer be in nursing state. Bodies return to reproductive state in just weeks instead of years. This is the price of power change in the pride, difficult for humans to accept, but is natural law operating for millions of years. Amid all that brutality, lionesses continue surviving, giving birth and protecting cubs, because species vitality doesn't lie in individuals, but in resilient regeneration ability. In 2026, wild lion populations number about 20,000 individuals. Each cub born is more important than ever. Conservation organizations are working to protect both territory and lion prides. When habitat is preserved, natural reproductive cycles will be maintained. In the lion world, reproduction isn't just giving birth to offspring. This is an entire battle, sacrifice, and adaptation combined in a ceaseless cycle. Each stage has sacrifice, and each decision has consequences. But lions have survived through millions of years of this continuous process. African lions aren't just powerful big cats. They are proof that in nature, survival is measured by ability to continue despite however many losses. Afternoon sunlight illuminates the Serengeti grasslands. Dry grass glows golden under temperatures of 35 degrees Celsius, a typical day in the heart of Africa. Here, every meal must be contested. Predator and prey, robber and robbed. The line between success and failure is very fragile. Two predator species are about to collide. One side is a warrior with deadly weapons. One side is an opportunistic thief who will claim victory. This is the story of an unexpected encounter, when a plan to steal prey becomes a battle to the death, when instinct decides survival. The secretary bird is one of Africa's most unique birds of prey. They stand over 1 meter tall and have a wingspan of nearly 2 meters. The name comes from the black feathers behind the head, resembling quill pens tucked behind a secretary's ear in olden times. But this bird is anything but gentle. They hunt snakes, large lizards, rodents, insects, but venomous snakes are their favorite. They have a unique hunting technique: kick prey to death. Long legs, sharp curved talons, specially developed leg muscles. A kick can generate force of nearly 20 kilograms, enough to crush the bones of venomous snakes. Serval, also called grassland wildcat, smaller than spotted leopards but larger than house cats. They weigh about 9 to 18 kilograms. The largest ears in the cat family relative to body size, superhuman hearing, can hear mice moving underground. Long legs, highest leg-to-body ratio in the cat family. It can jump up to 3 meters high and achieves a hunting success rate of about 50%. But today, the serval isn't hunting. It's seeking opportunity, stealing prey from others, conserving energy, increasing survival efficiency. The secretary bird has just found a snake, puff adder, venomous, dangerous. But to the secretary bird, this is a good meal. The snake rears its head, opens its mouth threateningly, ready to inject venom. But the secretary bird has faced such situations countless times. A kick shoots out lightning fast, precise, strikes the snake's head directly. It writhes violently, but isn't dead yet. Another kick, then another. The snake lies motionless. The secretary bird bends down to check the prey. Victory is clear, but in the grass, another is watching silently. The serval presses itself flat to the ground. It moves slowly, each step separated by several seconds. No sound. Every movement is calculated. It weighs options quickly. The bird is taller, heavier, and has extremely powerful legs. But that fat snake is a valuable protein source. It steps slowly forward, not to hunt the bird, but to steal the prey, a familiar tactic of an opportunistic hunter. The secretary bird reacts immediately. Defensive instinct flares. It clamps the snake tightly in its beak and won't let go. This prey belongs to it. It spreads its wings nearly 2 meters wide, creating a large visual wall. The goal is to make the cat back down, a familiar defensive tactic. The serval backs away a few steps, but doesn't leave. It circles slowly, eyes still locked on target, patiently waiting for a moment of vulnerability. It lunges again, testing the bird's powerful legs. Claws touch wing feathers, but still not enough to steal the snake. The snake falls to the ground, but the conflict has now gone beyond food. No longer a dispute over prey. This is a battle. The secretary bird unleashes the first kick, lightning fast. Nearly 20 kilograms of force in an instant, misses the cat's head by just a few centimeters. The serval dodges quickly. Reflexes of a born hunter, it lunges, trying to bite the bird's knee joint to neutralize the dangerous legs. The bird jumps back. Second kick hits the cat's shoulder, not strong enough to cause serious injury, but enough to cause pain. An accurate kick could shatter the serval's jaw, ending its hunting ability forever. Therefore, the cat must strike very fast and precisely. The serval lunges again, this time lowering its body. It pounces on the secretary bird's chest area. Claws dig deep, pulling the bird down. The secretary bird struggles violently. Wings beat on hard, creating wind currents that send dust flying. It tries to kick, but the serval has latched too close for the strike to be effective. The battle lasts about 3 minutes, consuming enormous metabolic energy. Both are breathing heavily, but neither side will let go. The serval changes tactics. It seeks the bird's neck position. This is the cat family's familiar killing technique, the suffocating bite. The secretary bird senses danger. It struggles to escape, but the cat's weight presses heavily. Wings no longer have space to swing. The serval seizes the bird's neck. Fangs sink deep, not piercing completely, but clamping tight. The goal is to cut off oxygen. Time decides life and death. The bird lies on the ground, wings spread wide on the dry earth. It's still alive, but no longer has strength to continue fighting. The cat still holds the bird's neck tight. It doesn't loosen. The struggling weakens with each second, each breath, until the body is motionless. After about 5 minutes, all movement ceases. The warrior has fallen. The opportunist wins, not through strength, but through tactics. The serval releases the bird. It's exhausted. Victory has come, but the price is very high. Energy expended equivalent to many days of normal hunting. It doesn't eat the bird. Instead, it drags out the snake, the original meal, the reason for the conflict. It eats hurriedly before others appear. 15 minutes later, vultures land. They clean up what remains. Here, nothing is wasted. The cycle continues. Prey stealing is common behavior in Africa. Hyenas steal from leopards. Lions steal leopard kills. Survival becomes more difficult. But this behavior is full of risk. About half the time, the thief gets injured, 1/5 end in death. The price to pay is very high. Climate change makes food sources scarcer. Competition increases. Prey theft occurs more frequently. Mortality rates also rise. Both servals and secretary birds are species that need conservation. Their numbers are declining as habitats increasingly shrink. As the sun sets over the Serengeti, the grassland gradually quiets again. The cat has left. Vultures have flown away. Only traces of battle remain on the sand. In the harsh reality of the African bush, the line between hunter and prey is always fragile. The thief can become the executioner. No heroes, no villains, only creatures trying to survive by any means and any tactics possible. And in the silence of the Serengeti night, one law still silently operates. Nature doesn't judge. Nature only selects. The wiser one, the luckier one, the one still alive. The Masai Mara grasslands at dawn, at the edge of the plains, where farmland meets wilderness, a female cheetah lies vigilantly. This is Nira, and her story is not easy. Nearby, 2 small cheetahs are playing in the tall grass. This is all that remains of the litter of 6 that Nira gave birth to 3 months ago. The other 4 are dead, 1 killed by hyenas, 2 attacked by lions, 1 snatched by an eagle while Nira was hunting. This isn't an exception. This is the reality of cheetahs. This is a story of survival at the edge, about a lone mother raising cubs in a world that has shrunk 90%, racing against time. Cheetahs are completely different from leopards. Solid black spots instead of rosettes, non-retractable claws like cleats, and a long tail like a balance beam. Everything designed for one purpose: speed, from 0 to 70 kilometers per hour in just 2 seconds. Maximum can reach 110 kilometers per hour. Therefore, the body weighs only 50 kilograms, not strong enough to climb trees or fight larger carnivores. Cheetahs are the weakest among large predators. Nira knows this better than anyone. Every day she must move her 2 cubs to new hiding places. Lions and hyenas are always lurking, searching for cheetah cubs to kill. When she needs to call her cubs, Nira emits a special bird-like call. This call doesn't attract the attention of other predators, but the cubs can still hear clearly. But the biggest challenge isn't protecting the cubs, it's feeding them. Nira must hunt every day, each hunt lasting an average of only 20 seconds before she's exhausted. If she fails 3 or 4 times in a row, Nira and her cubs will starve. And starvation means weaker, slower, easier to attack. And this is the death spiral. This morning, Nira spots a young gazelle antelope grazing 300 meters away. Perfect prey, small, weak, separated from the herd. She moves meter by meter. Her tawny coat with black spots blends completely into the dry grass. Distance remaining, 100 meters. 50 meters, 20 meters, tail tense. Hind leg muscles coiled to maximum. The moment has come. Nira launches like an arrow. 2 seconds to reach 70 kilometers per hour. The antelope detects her, but it's too late. 12 seconds later, Nira catches up, using her claws to trip the prey's hind legs. The antelope tumbles. Nira immediately bites the neck, suffocating the windpipe. The entire hunt lasts 17 seconds. But Nira is panting as if she just ran a marathon. She needs 15 minutes to recover, but there's no time. The smell of blood spreads. Hyenas will arrive in 5 to 10 minutes. Nira calls her cubs to eat quickly. The 2 little ones eat hurriedly. Nira doesn't eat, only watches the surroundings. The mother always eats last. If there's food left, this is the survival law of cheetahs. But today is unlucky. 7 minutes later, a pack of hyenas appears. Nira immediately calls her cubs to retreat. Can't fight, can only run. The meal is lost. This is the reality of cheetahs. 50% of kills are stolen by lions, hyenas, or vultures. Catching prey doesn't guarantee getting to eat. But Nira doesn't give up. That afternoon, she hunts successfully again. This time, she finds thick bushes to eat safely. The cubs get full bellies. Today is a good day. Months pass. The 2 cubs grow gradually, from 5 kilograms to 20 kilograms. Nira begins teaching them to hunt. First lesson, observation. Nira lets the cubs watch from a distance when she hunts. They learn how to choose prey, how to approach undetected, how to calculate distance. Second lesson, practice. When the cub is 10 months old, Nira catches a rabbit but doesn't kill it. She lets the cub practice the technique of tripping and neck biting. The first time, the cub fails, the rabbit escapes. But Nira is patient, lets the cub try again. After 3 attempts, one of the 2 cubs succeeds. Joy spreads through the small family. But when the cubs are 14 months old, Nira must chase them away. Not because she doesn't love them, but because instinct protects them from adult males. The 2 siblings must now be independent, too early compared to nature. But the shrinking environment doesn't allow otherwise. They're still immature, but must face the adult world. The first week, they fail at hunting continuously, hungry and afraid. But then they learn something important: cooperation. One chases, one ambushes. Finally, they catch their first prey. Naira, somewhere not far away, hears the joyful calls of her cubs. She doesn't approach, but knows they're still alive. That's all a cheetah mother can hope for. Currently, only about 7,000 cheetahs remain in the wild, down from 100,000 individuals at the beginning of the 20th century. Every survivor is a miracle. Lifespan decreased from 15 years to only 8 years. Living space shrunk 90%. Without immediate action, the planet's fastest animal will only exist in legend. Naira and her cubs are living proof of resilient vitality. Every day they fight. Every day they survive. Their story is the story of the entire species, racing against time. Afternoon sunlight filters through the dense tropical canopy, air scorching hot, burning every living creature. The harshest summer day of the year in the Sundarbans region. Temperature reaches 42 degrees Celsius. Humidity drops to 10%. Even the most powerful creatures must find ways to cool their bodies. The river flows with murky water, cool, inviting, but beneath the seemingly calm surface, danger still lurks. This is predator territory. Bengal tigers, saltwater crocodiles, two apex predators, two different worlds, but sometimes two worlds collide. The Bengal tiger is one of 6 tiger subspecies still existing on Earth. In the wild today, only about 2,500 individuals remain. This tigress has 4 cubs, 4 months old enough to follow their mother, but still too small to face this dangerous world. Each weighs about 20 kilograms. Canines just emerged, claws still soft. They depend completely on their mother's protection. Tiger cub survival rate in the first 2 years is only about 50%. Starvation, disease, other predators, and sometimes accidents no one anticipates. The mother tiger has territory spanning roughly 20 square kilometers, sufficient food sources, but in the brutal heat, water is essential for survival. This afternoon, temperature reaches record highs. The mother tiger needs to cool herself and her cubs. The nearby river becomes the only option. She leads her cubs down to the riverbank, moving cautiously, eyes scanning every bush, ears listening for every sound, instinct warning of danger. The cubs appear eager. They don't yet fully understand the peril, only know the cool water can ease the burning heat, the innocence of youth. The mother tiger stops at the water's edge, drinks, sniffs the air, observes the surface. Water is calm, too calm, but the heat doesn't allow long hesitation. She steps in first. Water reaches her belly, cold, refreshing. She calls her cubs. 4 tiger cubs plunge in, water splashing everywhere. Their small bodies nearly submerged in the murky water. They swim by instinct, not skilled yet, but enough to move. The mother tiger moves slowly. She probes the mud beneath her feet, all senses operating at maximum, a deep vigilance evident. Saltwater crocodiles are the largest surviving reptiles. They can reach 7 meters long, weigh over a ton, and have lived in this region for millions of years. They lie still on the riverbed, just waiting, sensing vibrations in the water, detecting prey from afar. The mother tiger senses something changing in the water, a movement, an unusual current. She emits a low warning growl. Too late. From the riverbed, a violent surge of water erupts. Mud and white foam. A massive muscular mass launches to the surface. One tiger cub is seized unexpectedly. No time to cry out. No time to react. Only the sound of water exploding. The mother tiger thrashes frantically. The water heavy with the scent of sudden loss. She charges forward, herding her cubs toward the opposite shore. The 3 remaining cubs swim desperately, terrified, panicked, but still following their mother, survival instinct driving each swimming stroke through the water. Behind them, the crocodile tosses its prey into the air, the brutal death roll. But this isn't cruelty. This is nature's essence. The mother tiger looks back, amber eyes wide, the helpless rage of a mother, but she cannot return. The mission now is protecting the 3 that remain. As they near solid ground, the water erupts once more. A second crocodile launches from the mud, right beneath the mother tiger's flank. The second cub is seized, a desperate cry, then silence. The mother tiger stands like a wall of furious fur, shielding the 2 remaining cubs. The last 2 cubs tremble, exhausted, but alive. The mother tiger pushes them onto high ground, beyond the water's reach. Upon reaching safety, grief instantly transforms into primal rage. She turns on the bank, a mass of rippling, furious muscle. She plunges back into the deadly water, not searching for prey, just rage erupting, an instinctive reaction to the loss just suffered. 210 kilograms of tigress confronting nearly a ton of crocodile, claws raking thick scales, trying to find weak points, but there are almost none. The crocodile spins, teeth sharp as knives, tremendous bite force, but the mother tiger still doesn't retreat. Protective instinct keeps her fighting back. The battle lasts 30 seconds, but the river is crocodile territory. Water is their advantage. The mother tiger begins to tire. She looks toward shore. 2 remaining cubs tremble, waiting. A difficult choice. Continue revenge or return to protect what remains. The 2 cubs run to her, press close to their mother. She licks them, a gentle, rhythmic motion, a silent signal. The ordeal has ended. But the ordeal hasn't truly ended. She must feed 2 cubs with less milk than before, must hunt more to compensate for what was lost. Tiger cub survival rates drop sharply after events like this. Psychological stress, nutritional deficiency, and danger always lurking. Climate change raises sea levels. Mangrove forests shrink. Tiger and crocodile territories overlap more. Conflicts increase. Humans also impact poaching, deforestation, pollution. Each year, about 100 Bengal tigers are lost. Time is running short. But hope remains. Conservation areas expand. Anti-poaching patrols strengthen. Local communities participate in protection. Efforts never cease. The mother tiger leads her 2 cubs away from the river, never returning to that place again. The harshest lesson has been recorded. Water isn't always safe. In the days that follow, she hunts more, sleeps less, always vigilant. The 2 cubs grow slower than normal, but continue maturing. 6 months later, the 2 cubs are much larger, healthier, learn survival skills from their mother, and from that fateful day, they learned a harsh lesson. Nature doesn't forgive mistakes. Every decision has consequences. And sometimes, survival is just luck. The river still flows, crocodiles still hide beneath, tigers still pass by. But this time keeping safe distance. 2 worlds, 1 respect. In the silence of the Sundarbans forest, a lesson is recorded. Nature isn't cruel. Nature is only honest. And in that honesty, each creature finds its way to survive in its own way. The sun has not yet reached its peak. The African grassland stretches out in silence. Only the wind gliding across the yellowed grass as it bends and sways. In the distance, a small figure moves low to the ground, steady, unhurried, as though it knows exactly where it is headed. This is the morning of the animal known as the Fearless One. On this savanna, very few creatures dare to hunt alone in broad daylight. But Ironhide, this adult male honey badger, answers to no one's schedule. It moves by its own rules and its own will. The honey badger is a small carnivore belonging to the family Mustelidae, widely distributed from sub-Saharan Africa to the Indian subcontinent. Its average weight ranges from 9 to 14 kilograms. Its uniquely thick and loose skin allows the body to twist even while being held in a bite, a defensive mechanism refined by evolution over millions of years. Ironhide stops. Its nose drops close to the ground, nostrils flaring rapidly with each breath. Something in the morning air causes it to change direction. The honey badger's sense of smell can detect prey at distances far beyond what the eye can see. A single odor molecule is enough to trigger its instincts. Ironhide begins to accelerate, head lowered, tail held level, the typical hunting posture of a honey badger, signaling that it is not exploring, but closing in on a confirmed target. The scent Ironhide has picked up is no ordinary prey. It is the smell of newborn hyena cubs, creatures not yet capable of defending themselves. Up ahead, concealed behind a thorn bush, lies a complex burrow system. This is the territory of a hyena clan, one of the most organized hunting collectives in Africa. At this hour, most of the clan's adults have left to forage. Only a few females remain behind, on guard. But Ironhide seems entirely unconcerned. To understand why a 12-kilogram animal would dare approach the territory of a species with the most powerful bite force among mid-sized carnivores, we must look at the very nature of this creature. The hyena is a carnivore with one of the strongest bite forces among mid-sized predators, reaching over 1,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush the thickest bones. Hyenas live in a matriarchal social structure. Females hold higher rank than males. Within the clan, all territorial defense decisions are coordinated collectively. Every movement of the clan reflects thousands of years of evolutionary cooperation, not the strength of any single individual, but the efficiency of the group. Bite force is not their only advantage. Hyenas can sustain a pace of 50 to 60 kilometers per hour over long distances. A chase is not meant to catch, it is meant to exhaust. Ironhide continues forward. It moves along the downwind path, keeping its own scent from drifting ahead. Step by step, the distance to the burrow closes. This is not the first time a honey badger has approached a hyena den. Field observations show that this behavior appears when food sources become scarce. Risk is always present on the honey badger's journey. But for this species, danger is not a reason to stop. It is merely a variable in the equation of survival. Ironhide crosses the outer boundary of the territory. It is now within range where any hyena can spot it and react within seconds. At the burrow entrance, the cubs lie huddled together. They are not yet capable of self-defense, still inside the den, and entirely dependent on the clan. The honey badger takes a few more steps forward. Its nose sweeps close to the ground, head tilting slightly to the right, the typical scent-tracking behavior before a strike. It has detected the cubs. A short, sharp cry rises from the hyena's burrow. A cub is pulled out into the light, and in an instant, the stillness of the grassland vanishes entirely. The nearest female hyena raises her head, both ears standing straight up. She immediately understands this is no sound of wind or playful cubs. It is a warning sign of danger. Within seconds, the mother hyena lets out a series of low, drawn-out whoop calls. The signal carries far across the plain, calling other clan members to return immediately. Ironhide turns around. Behind it, the hyena clan is accelerating from two directions, while ahead lies only open ground with nowhere to hide. Surrounded in that moment, the honey badger drops the cub and turns to face the threat. Its survival instinct chooses to fight rather than flee. The mother hyena moves straight to the cub, lifts it gently in her jaws, and pulls it back toward the burrow. Meanwhile, the two remaining hyenas advance on Ironhide. For the hyenas, securing the cub is only the first step. Once the vulnerable individual is safe, the clan typically coordinates to eliminate the intruder from their territory. Ironhide does not run. Hackles raised, back lowered, jaws wide open, a full combat stance. For this animal, escape sometimes begins with confrontation. The hyenas take turns attacking. The honey badger spins in half a second and bites back into the nearest muzzle. The hyena recoils, not from pain, but from surprise. This is the moment where the honey badger achieves something rare in nature, making a much larger animal pause. For a few seconds, the hyena clan hesitates. But that pause does not last. One hyena moves in from behind, while another draws its attention from the front. Ironhide is bitten on the face and rear flank. It spins quickly and bites back. The loose skin allows the twist, but cannot hold off two sets of jaws at once. In a multi-opponent confrontation, endurance is the deciding factor. Ironhide can tolerate pain far beyond the ordinary, but it cannot compensate for a sustained numerical disadvantage. Ironhide begins to retreat toward the edge of the hyena's encirclement, step by careful step. It searches for a gap to break through, as the gray-brown ring slowly tightens. This is the hallmark of the hyena encirclement tactic. No need for a decisive strike. Simply maintain pressure, cut off the escape route, and wait for the opponent to exhaust itself from within. Ironhide bites back once more, fierce, but unable to create any distance. Energy drains steadily, each rotation of the body costing more than the last. In nature, the line between life and death rarely arrives suddenly. Sometimes it comes slowly, through each shortened breath of a creature still in the fight. Ironhide still stands, still turning to face the nearest attacker. Its deepest instinct will not allow it to fall while it can still fight. The hyena clan coordinates a final assault. Force converges from three directions at once. And this time, the honey badger no longer has the speed to break free. Ironhide goes down. The hyena clan gathers around the one who dared invade their territory. The grassland returns to silence after everything has been decided. In field observations, honey badgers attacking hyena dens is not uncommon. The outcome typically depends on how many clan members are present at the time. Outside the burrow, the hyena cubs lie still. They do not yet understand what has just taken place out there. They only know that their mother's familiar presence is still close beside them. Adult male honey badgers have an average lifespan of 7 to 10 years in the wild. In that time, they may face lions, leopards, and venomous snakes, and most of the time, they survive. Today is simply an exception. But the fall of one individual does not mean the fall of a species. Elsewhere, on the grassland. Another honey badger is still digging into a beehive, hunting, and continuing the cycle of survival. On this grassland, there is no permanent victory. Each day is only a series of survival choices, where every species, from hyena to honey badger, plays its role in an ecosystem far greater than any single individual. The Luangwa River flows through the heart of Zambia, clear water reflecting the sky. But this calm surface conceals a dangerous world below. The dry season arrives, water level drop, large pools shrink into small lakes, animals gather around water sources. Danger begins to emerge. Here, two giant species coexist: hippos, Nile crocodiles. Both are masters of the river, but when water recedes, territories begin to overlap. This is the story of new life, of the survival battle from day one, when the underwater trap always lurks, waiting for moments of weakness. Hippopotamus, the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinos. Adult weight up to 1,500 kilograms. Canine teeth up to 60 centimeters long. Bite force 2,000 kilograms. Speed on land 30 kilometers per hour. One of Africa's most dangerous animals. They live in groups of 10 to 30 individuals. Complex social structure. Dominant males control a territory. Females and young live communally. Underwater, they can dive for 5 minutes. They walk on the riverbed, communicate with low-frequency sounds. A separate world exists beneath the surface. Today, a female is about to give birth. She leaves the pod, seeks calmer water, a place with less crocodile presence, where she has the best chance to protect her calf. Hippos give birth underwater. Unlike most mammals, the newborn must swim to the surface immediately for its first breath, a life or death moment. The calf weighs about 30 kilograms, vulnerable, cannot dive long yet, completely dependent on mother. The first days are most dangerous. The mother hippo keeps her calf on her back or in front of her body, always within control. Protective instinct rarely seen in herbivores. Nile crocodile, one of the largest surviving reptiles, can reach 6 meters long, weighing nearly a ton. Lifespan can reach 100 years. They don't hunt adult hippos. Too large, too dangerous. But hippo calves are different targets. Small, weak, easily separated from mother. Crocodiles can lie motionless for hours. Only eyes and nostrils above water. The rest hidden below, like driftwood. No one suspects. Perfect ambush tactics at river crossing points, where hippos must pass daily, where water is shallow, where calves are easily separated. Second week after birth, the mother hippo needs to return to the pod. The calf is strong enough to travel, but not strong enough to defend itself. She must pass through territories of 3 different males. Each could attack the calf, not to eat, but to eliminate another's genes. And crocodiles, at least 5 lurking along the route, they know the mother hippo will pass. Just a matter of time. Early morning. The mother hippo begins her journey. The calf swims close beside, trying to keep up, but swimming speed much slower than mother's. First territory. A bull hippo blocks the way, mouth gaping wide, a clear warning, but she doesn't back down. Tension lasts several seconds. Then the bull retreats, not from fear, but because it's not worth confronting a mother protecting her young at all costs. They enter shallow water, the crossing point. Water surface clear as crystal, peaceful, but the mother hippo knows silence is a sign of danger. She slows down, eyes scanning every ripple, ears listening for every sound. The calf swims behind, unaware danger is imminent. 1 meter ahead, just below the surface, the largest crocodile in the area lies still, waiting for the perfect opportunity. The calf falls slightly behind mother, just 1 meter, but enough to create a gap for the crocodile to act. The decisive moment has arrived. The crocodile launches from the riverbed. Water explodes. White foam erupts, jaws gaping wide, targeting the calf's hind leg. Astonishing speed. The mother hippo reacts instantly, spins around, charges backward, pushes calf aside. The bite misses by mere centimeters. But the crocodile doesn't give up. It twists in the water, this time aiming straight for the calf's neck. If it succeeds, everything will end. The mother hippo charges between them. 2,000 kilograms of hippo colliding with 1 ton of crocodile. Water erupts. Cannot see clearly, only sounds of violent impact. She opens her mouth wide. Canines stab the crocodile's flank. Thick scales protect it, but cannot withstand the massive bite force. She hurls the crocodile out of the water. Then it crashes down, a stunning display of power. The crocodile swims away. Though injured, it survives. Today's meal doesn't belong to it. It misjudged a mother's strength. The mother hippo turns back, checks her calf, trembling, frightened, but uninjured. But the journey isn't over. 2 more territories remain. Other crocodiles still wait. She must continue. Keep her calf closer, more vigilant. 2 hours later, they reach the pod, safe. The first survival lesson has been learned. In the following weeks, the calf grows rapidly, learns to dive longer, swim faster, recognize danger, each day a new lesson. But risk doesn't disappear. Crocodiles still lurk, bull hippos still aggressive, and the dry season makes life harsher. Climate change extends the dry season. Water sources increasingly shrink. Hippos and crocodiles forced to live closer together. Conflicts increase. Each year, about 30% of hippo calves don't survive the first year. Crocodiles, bull hippos, food shortage, disease. But survivors will become stronger, smarter, more cautious. They learn the most important lesson. Vigilance is the key to survival. Conservation areas are working to protect them, monitoring hippopods, protecting water sources, preventing poaching, but challenges remain enormous. In 2026, hippo populations declined 30% in the past 2 decades. Urgent action needed to protect them. When the sun sets, the hippopod emerges on shore to feed. The calf stays close to mother, safer on land, but tomorrow they'll return to the water. Beneath the surface, crocodiles still lie silent, waiting for a new day, waiting for another opportunity. The survival cycle continues, without rest. In the silence of the Luangwa River, a truth is rewritten each day. Life doesn't begin with ease, but with battle. Calves don't just learn to swim, don't just learn to eat. They learn to recognize danger, trust instinct, and learn to survive. And in that lesson lies a powerful message. The greatest strength doesn't lie in muscle, but in a mother's love, ready to fight to the end to protect life. East African savanna. Dawn has just touched the earth. From an earth burrow at the base of an acacia tree, a snout emerges to probe the morning air. This is a land where every careless moment must be paid dearly. Lions, leopards, hyenas, crocodiles, all share the same living space. Not as large as buffalo, not as fast as antelope, no venomous fangs or sharp claws, but this species has existed on the African grasslands for over 800,000 years. This is a story about survival not based on absolute strength, but based on speed, instinct, and the right decisions in moments that decide everything. Warthogs are widely distributed throughout sub-Saharan Africa. Adult males weigh from 60 to 150 kilograms. Shoulder height, about 75 centimeters. The name warthog comes from the protruding tissue masses on the face. Males have 4 warts, females have 2. Their function is to protect the face when fighting with their own kind. Male warthog tusks can reach up to 60 centimeters long, curved upward and mainly used for fighting or defense. An accurate strike is enough to tear into a lion. Warthogs run at maximum about 50 kilometers per hour. Not enough to escape lions or leopards on a straight path, but enough to create distance when reacting in time. The tail standing straight when running is a visual signal for young to track the mother's direction of movement in tall grass. A simple but effective signal. Warthogs are omnivorous: grass, tubers, tree roots, occasionally animal carcasses. They often kneel on their front legs to graze close to the ground, their most recognizable characteristic posture. Warthog knees have thick skin formed from continuous daily kneeling. This is evolutionary adaptation, reflecting how this species adjusts its body to its lifestyle. Warthogs live in small groups of 4 to 16 individuals, mainly females and young. Adult males usually live solitary outside breeding season. Earth burrows are the center of warthog life. They don't dig their own, but occupy burrows left by aardvarks or honey badgers. This is where they sleep, give birth, and escape. Warthogs enter burrows by backing in tail first, tusks facing outward from the burrow entrance. Any predator that sticks its head in will meet the tusks first. Morning. A warthog group moves to a grazing area 500 meters from the burrow. The male goes first, head low, nose working continuously. This is an information scanning posture. 150 meters away, a leopard lies in ambush in tall grass. It has been tracking the warthog group since before they left the burrow, and it's waiting for one to separate from the group. A young warthog separates a few meters following a cluster of tubers near a low bush. The leopard knows this. In an instant, its body shifts from rest to ready to sprint. The lead male warthog lifts its head. Some scent in the grass. Not clear, but enough to trigger reflexes. It immediately emits a short call. The leopard lunges, but the young has already made it back to the group. The male warthog turns to face the leopard directly, tusks pointing forward. No intention to flee. The leopard stops at a distance of 3 meters. A 50-kilogram leopard facing a 100-kilogram male warthog with 50-centimeter tusk. The male warthog holds confrontational posture, not attacking, not retreating. This is nature's clearest message. Attack me, and you will pay the price. The leopard circles to one side. The warthog rotates accordingly. The leopard circles to the other side. The warthog rotates again. After 2 minutes, the leopard leaves to find less risky prey. Not every confrontation is favorable. When alone and attacked suddenly from behind, warthogs don't have enough time to turn and face. This is why warthogs rarely move alone. This species' strength lies in the group. Many eyes, many noses, many ears, continuously supplementing each other. Evening descends. The threat changes. Lions are more active when the sun mellows. 3 lionesses are moving through the area where the warthog group is foraging. One leopard can be repelled by warthog tusks, but 3 coordinated lionesses are a threat where direct confrontation is not a wise choice. The male warthog emits a short call. The group turns toward the burrow, 400 meters from the burrow, far enough that lions can catch up if they start now. Lions chase the running warthog group on a straight path. Lionesses are faster, but warthogs know the terrain and know the destination. The young warthog is slower. A lioness breaks off, targeting it. The mother warthog recognizes immediately. She changes trajectory, lunging between the lioness and the young. The mother warthog's charge doesn't hit the lion, but is enough to break the attack trajectory. The lion loses momentum and veers off course. The young continues running to the burrow. The young enters the burrow first. Mother warthog quickly backs in after, tusks facing outward. Lions stop before the burrow entrance, cannot approach. The rest of the lion pride arrives. The entire pride surrounds the burrow entrance, but the entrance is small, tusks facing outward. No lion wants to try approaching. After 20 minutes, the lion pride leaves. The earth burrow has done what speed and strength cannot do alone. This is why warthogs never forage too far from burrows. Dusk, spotted hyenas begin patrol. Their sense of smell can detect warthog burrow scent from over a kilometer, and they know where the burrows are. Hyenas don't enter burrows. They stand waiting outside. Blockade tactics. Wait all night if needed. Warthogs must come out before dawn to forage. Warthogs in the burrow don't sleep. They hear the hyenas outside and wait. A psychological battle where whichever side is more patient will have the advantage. Near dawn, hyenas are still around the warthog burrow. They persistently wait for warthogs to come out. Warthogs slowly stick their heads out. Dawn begins. Hyenas perform poorly in daylight. This is the moment warthogs have waited all night for. Light is their ally. The male warthog comes out first, fast, and runs straight, no hesitation. While the last hyena hasn't left yet, speed and decisiveness are everything. Hyenas give chase, but it's already light, and the male warthog is running toward open grassland, where the lion pride from last night is no longer there. African warthogs currently number in the millions throughout sub-Saharan Africa, not on the endangered list. Clear proof of the effectiveness of this species' survival strategy. Warthogs play an important ecological role. Their digging creates earth holes for many smaller species. Their dung disperses seeds throughout the grasslands. The relationship between warthogs and oxpecker birds is typical symbiosis. Birds eat ticks and parasites on warthog skin. In return, warthogs receive early warning signals when birds suddenly fly up. Afternoon. The warthog group is grazing normally. The flock of oxpeckers suddenly flies up. The male warthog reacts immediately without needing to hear or smell more. Each species contributes what the other lacks. This isn't friendship. This is an effective biological transaction maintained through millions of years of evolution. Today ends like every day. The warthog group returns to the burrow before sunset. Backs and tail first, tusks facing outward, ready for the long night ahead. Warthogs aren't the strongest, fastest, or largest species, but they know which burrow is theirs. know when to run, know when to stand their ground. And 800,000 years on the land with the most predators on the planet is the clearest evidence that sometimes wisdom endures longer than strength. The early morning mist blankets the Masai Mara Valley, turning everything into silent, drifting shadows. The sun has not yet risen, but the savanna has already begun to stir. The call of a hornbill rings out, followed by the chorus of insects layering one upon another like a familiar symphony every morning. The savanna is shifting before the dawn. The ground begins to vibrate faintly. From the other side of the valley, a massive dark mass appears. A herd of African buffalo moving slowly through the early morning mist. Among the forest of legs and horns, calves are struggling to keep pace with the herd. Born less than a week ago, they are fragile, yet always kept within the fold. The African buffalo is the largest wild bovine on the continent. A fully grown adult can weigh up to 900 kilograms, and the fused horns at the top of the head form a hard shield, making them a formidable opponent. They live in large herds of several dozen to several hundred, constantly on the move in search of grass and water. The strength of a buffalo herd together is nearly impenetrable. But newborn calves are the weakest link, weighing less than 40 kilograms. Their legs still tremble when running, and entirely dependent on their mother's milk. They are the perfect prey for every predator. In the first weeks of life, African buffalo calves face an extremely high mortality rate. Predators such as lions, hyenas, and leopards are always lurking. For that reason, the mother buffalo rarely leaves the calf's side. She always positions herself between the calf and the outer edge of the herd, constantly looking back to check. This morning, the herd is heading toward the Mara River to drink. It is a familiar journey, but never a safe one, especially for the calves. And the buffalo herd is not the only group moving toward the river this morning. On the high ridge to the east, rounded ears are pricked upright, and amber eyes are tracking every step of the herd. A pride of lions has been lying low in the tall grass, watching the buffalo since before sunrise. To understand the tactic, one must know that lions rarely attack adult buffalo if a better option exists. Their target is always the weakest individual in the herd. The lion is the only big cat that hunts in groups. When facing African buffalo, they create panic to fracture the herd, then isolate any calf that falls behind. The jaws and claws of a lion can bring down prey, but the horns of a buffalo can also pierce a lion's abdomen in a single charge. This is a game where both sides can pay with their lives. The pride splits into two directions. One group swings left, another holds the right, while those at the rear stand ready to press in and drive the prey herd into a position where it can be pursued. The buffalo herd continues grazing calmly, unaware of the danger, but an old bull standing at the edge of the herd suddenly raises his head. His nose has caught something on the wind. He lets out a sharp snort, a first-level warning signal. A few nearby individuals raise their heads, but not enough to trigger a full herd response. And the lions understand that the window of opportunity is closing. The lion pride launches its attack. 4 subadults charge straight into the edge of the buffalo herd with a thunderous roar. The goal is not to kill, but to create chaos. The buffalo herd erupts in panic. Hundreds of animals surge forward, hooves pounding the earth like rolling thunder. Red dust rises in thick clouds, obscuring everything from sight. In the midst of the chaos, a small calf is left behind. 2 lionesses break from opposite sides. One lioness seizes the calf's hindquarters and drags it down. The other leaps onto its back and pins it. A piercing cry rings out, not only from pain, but as a distress call. The mother buffalo turns back first. She charges against the flow of the fleeing herd, horns lowered, eyes blazing red. Alone, she drives straight into the lioness, pinning her calf to the ground. The first charge hurls one lioness off. The other is forced to release the calf and back away. The mother buffalo stands in front of her calf, breathing hard, full of menace. Then the ground begins to shake, not from the footsteps of lions, but from the direction of the herd. The distress call has reached exactly where it needed to. Dozens of adult buffalo are turning back, and they are not moving slowly. The herd descends like a flood. 20, 30, then 40 individuals form a line, horns lowered, turning the grassland into an unstoppable force. The lion pride immediately recognizes that the situation has reversed. From attackers, they have become the targets of the buffalo herd. The herd encircles the area. They form a ring around the mother and calf, horns pointing outward in every direction, creating a defensive wall with no gaps. The lioness is sent rolling, lying there panting. She is not badly injured, but hurt enough to understand that the hunt is over. The lion pride retreats one by one. They walk slowly, maintaining a composed appearance. But in reality, they have lost all control of the situation. Today, the feast does not belong to them. The buffalo herd holds its formation for a few more minutes. This caution is the product of millions of years of evolution, only breaking position when safety is certain. The mother buffalo lowers her head and licks the scrapes on her calf's body. When the danger has passed, the African buffalo herd continues its journey toward the Masai Mara. The calf is placed at the center, surrounded by multiple adults. The entire herd slows its pace to match the short steps of the young one. That is the price of protection, sacrificing speed to keep every member whole. In the distance, the lion pride rests in the shade of a tree. They will return tomorrow, for the cycle of hunting never stops. On the Masai Mara Savannah, there is no permanent victory. There is only a survival repeated day after day, between predator and prey. Research shows that buffalo calves in large herds have survival rates 3 times higher than those in small herds. When the herd is large enough, lions have almost no chance of success. But climate change and habitat loss are fragmenting buffalo herds. The smaller the herd, the weaker the collective strength, and the more vulnerable the calves become. Every calf that survives today will grow up to become part of the protective wall tomorrow. The cycle of protection continues through each generation. That is how the African buffalo has endured for millions of years. The herd reaches the riverbank. Cool water flows around their legs, and the calf cautiously steps to the water's edge for the first time, while the mother stands close beside it, not moving an inch away. Today, the riverbank is quiet. The calf has drunk its fill. It has just survived the most dangerous day of its early life. As the evening light paints the Masai Mara red, the African buffalo herd begins moving back toward the tall grass. Hundreds of individuals walk in the same rhythm, forming a moving, living wall. The calf tucks itself against its mother's flank, within the embrace of the herd. In nature, no creature is strong enough to survive alone. And sometimes, the most resilient line of defense is built not from individual strength, but from the presence of an entire community. The Serengeti grasslands before dawn. This is the lion, a big cat perfectly designed for one single purpose: hunting. On the surface, they're just large animals resting. But beneath the golden fur is the most complex biomechanical system in the natural world. Every detail in the lion's body is the result of millions of years of evolution. Nothing is excess, nothing is random. Everything serves survival. This is the story of the perfect hunting machine, about secrets hidden deep in muscles, joints, and instincts of the apex predator. The first secret lies in muscle fiber structure. Lions possess an extremely high proportion of fast-twitch muscle fibers, occupying nearly 70% of total muscle mass. This is the type of fiber that produces instant explosive force. They allow lions to accelerate from 0 to 50 kilometers per hour in just seconds. But this strength has a price. Fast-twitch fibers consume energy extremely quickly and cannot sustain long. This is why lions can't run long distances like wild dogs. Lion muscles aren't evenly distributed across the body. Most concentrate in shoulders and forelimbs, creating an extremely stable low center of gravity when wrestling. This design allows lions to confront prey 3 times heavier like buffalo. Low center of gravity helps them not get thrown when prey resists. But there's an even more special anatomical feature. Lion shoulder joints aren't attached to collarbones like most other mammals. This creates extraordinary flexibility. Lions can extend both front legs wide to hug and pin prey like 2 human arms. The second weapon is jaws. Lion bite muscles occupy nearly a quarter of head weight. This is one of the strongest muscles on the body. Bite force reaches 650 pounds per square inch. But lions don't use jaws to tear flesh immediately. They use the suffocation bite technique on prey's throat. This bite can maintain continuous pressure for over 10 minutes. Strength doesn't come from instant bite force, but from ability to hold tight constantly. The third weapon is claws. They're not fixed like dog claws, but can retract completely into protective skin sheaths. When relaxed, hidden claws keep them always sharp. When attacking, muscle bundles contract, pushing claws out like hooked blades, anchoring into flesh. But this perfect machine has one fatal weakness. Lion hearts are quite small relative to body size, only occupying 0.45% of weight. This explains why lions are perfect hunting machines at short range, but fail if the chase extends beyond 200 meters. Heart rate can spike from 40 to 220 beats per minute in seconds, but the circulatory system isn't strong enough to maintain that state. That's why lion hunting success rate only fluctuates around 20 to 30%, because each hunt is always an energy gamble. When hunting in packs, lion efficiency increases markedly because precise coordination turns each individual into part of superior collective strength. Lionesses, lighter and with more enduring muscles, play the role of pursuers and trappers. They create continuous pressure, pushing prey into traps. Male lions, heavier with bulkier muscles, usually play the finisher role. Pure strength is released in the final strike. Leverage tactics are a secret weapon. Lions use body weight combined with muscles to bring down prey many times larger. They jump on prey's back using 200-kilogram weight combined with claw-pulling force. Physical leverage makes prey lose balance. However, that strength requires a specific lifestyle. To maintain large muscle mass, lions need to rest nearly 20 hours each day. This isn't laziness, but mandatory energy conservation strategy. Every calorie is allocated for the decisive, explosive moment. When not hunting, heart rate drops to only 40 beats per minute. The body switches to maximum conservation mode, like a computer in sleep mode. This is an unavoidable biological trade-off, because to achieve maximum explosive strength, lions must maintain a strict energy-conserving lifestyle. In 2026, understanding this mechanism helps improve conservation effectiveness when lions need large space and stable prey sources to maintain their specific lifestyle. This perfect hunting machine didn't form by luck, but is the result of millions of years of continuous evolution and precise refinement. Every muscle fiber, every bone joint, and each heartbeat all serve survival objectives, reflecting evolution's beauty inscribed in the lion's body.